Now we're going to work on the second posture in the 24 form. This one's called parting the horse's mane. And I'll walk through the details with you first, then we'll talk about some pitfalls that students fall into when they're first learning this move, and then we'll go through it several times in different directions so you can see kind of what it looks like from different angles. Now, even though this is considered one posture, there's a lot of parts to it. So there's the beginning portion, which is the transition from the first posture, the 24 form, which we did in the last video. There's a transition from that move to get us ready to do this particular posture. Then this posture is repeated 3 times. So even though it's considered one posture, there's still quite a bit to it, including a transition before you actually get to the move. So we're going to start working on just the transition. We just finished the last posture, the beginning of the form, with the hands settled in front of us and our knees bent. The way that we're going to do our transition is we're going to take the right hand and it's going to go out, up, and down in front. Just about chest level, extended slightly. So you don't want it flat right up against you, you want it rounded out in front of you, here, not here, but here. So it does that, over the top and down. Has a long way it has to go till it gets there. This bottom hand, the left hand, is a little bit lazier for this move anyway. So all it has to do while the right hand's going all the way around, coming over on top, this left hand just turns palm up and comes up underneath. Again, the arm's rounded, the palm's up, the arm is relaxed but has good structure, and the right hand ends here. So we're going to do just the hands, not worry about the feet just yet. From our ending position, from our last posture, the right hand circles over the top, and the left one scoops underneath, and they stop like you're holding a ball in front of you at about the same time they stop. So you don't want the right hand to get there, then the left hand to come. You don't want the left hand to get there, then the right hand to have to catch up. You want to time it so that they both get there at the same time. There. And it's like you're holding a ball in front of you. So we'll do it one more time with just the hands. From here, the end of our last posture, the right hand comes over the top, the left scoops underneath, and they end in front of you like you're holding maybe a basketball or a beach ball in front of you. Now the footwork on this is really simple. All you're doing is taking your weight from the middle, shifting it to the right, establishing your root there, and stepping in with the left foot. So it's essentially the exact opposite of how we got out into that stance in the first place, only instead of stepping out this time, we're establishing the root in the right leg, picking up the heel first, then the toe, stepping in, and we're not going to set the foot down flat. We're going to leave it so it's just touching on the toe next to the right foot. So now let's do it all together. Hands pressing down in front. The right hand's going to circle over the top. The left is going to scoop underneath. You're going to shift to the right and step in with the left foot. So from here, you begin shifting as the hands start moving. And then as you step in, the left hand and the left leg come in at the same time here. So you can almost imagine that that left hand grabs that left leg and pulls it in, and they move in at the same rate. They don't actually make contact, but you can think of the two as being connected. As soon as that hand gets there, they move in together. So again, from here, the right hand circles over the top. You begin shifting to the right, establishing your root there. Step in with the left. As the left hand comes in, you finish like you're holding that beach ball in front of you, rooted in the right leg, barely touching the floor with the left foot next to the instep of the right foot. So that's only the transition from the beginning posture to get ready to do parting the horse's mane. So now we're actually going to work on the posture. Since we've done the transition, let's do the posture together. So I'm going to begin as if I just finished that transition. And the first part of this is a circle step, gently touching with the heel. Then as you shift forward, you sweep out. I stepped with the left foot. I'm going to sweep out with the left hand, press down with the right. Here. You rock back, turn, bring the right foot next to the left foot and the right hand underneath. From here, again, you circle step, gently touching with the heel. Now my right foot is forward, the right hand sweeps out as the left hand presses down. I rock back, turn, bring the left hand and the left foot in. Now I'm right back where I started, just after I finished the transition. Then I do one more circle step, gently touch with the heel, and as I shift, the left hand comes out, the right pushes down, and I stop there. So that may seem like quite a bit, but let's go ahead and break it down. We're going to start with just the footwork. I'm going to start facing to the side so you can see what I'm doing as I come toward you. Just finish the transition. Now we're going to forget about the hands. What the feet do, after you're rooted in this right leg, you do a circle step with the left. Gently touch with the heel. Then as you shift forward, your body rotates into this position. So now I'm in a forward stance. My front leg is bent, carrying about 60% of the weight. The back leg is almost straight, has a slight bend in it. My hips have turned forward. My body is facing forward. So once again, it's a circle step, gently touch, shift. Now something that you may notice is that my feet are not on a straight line here. So if I were to bring that back foot up, they're on either side of each other. That's important for balance to the sides. If I bring this foot around and I stop it, so it's on the same line as this back foot, then I'm going to be all wobbly because it's like I'm walking a tightrope. If I were to bring that foot straight forward, it would run into the back of the other foot. That's what you do not want. When you do this circle step, you sweep around, gently touch, shift forward, and settle. And the feet should be offset enough that if you bring that back foot forward, it's going to be next to the front foot, not running into it. On the flip side of that, you don't want your feet super wide apart because that leaves you open to attack. And if you're practicing this only for health, that's not something you really have to worry about. But if you do step too wide, then it makes the rest of the movement a little more awkward. So try to keep it in kind of that golden range where it's just wide enough so that they're next to each other, but not so wide that it leaves you wide open for attack. So once you've done this circle step and shift forward, the next part of it is to rock back. And as you rock back, you want to make sure you don't lean back. You keep your body straight up and down, and you just shift straight back. And at the same time, you lift the toe of the front foot. You're going to rotate that foot away from your center line, so it goes out, away from you. Turns, you shift, establish the root on that leg, so you don't want to just barely shift and then try to hop and get that foot close before you lose your balance. You want to turn the foot and establish your root there, and then bring the other foot in deliberately and set it down deliberately, facing the opposite direction of where you started. So I started that move facing this way. When I finished, I was facing this way. If I were to do it again, with the circle step coming out with the right foot, set it down, shift forward, turn forward, rock back, turn away from the center line, establish that root, then bring the left leg in. Now I'm facing the direction that I was facing when I started. So that's the footwork that's done over and over and over in this particular exercise. You start with the feet together, weights rooted in the right leg, circle step with the left, shift forward, twist forward, weights forward, but not bending forward, you're still straight up and down. Shift back, lift the front toe, turn it away from your center line, shift, establish your root, bring the other foot in. Circle step, gently touch, twist, and shift. My weight's forward, structure is still straight, hips are facing forward, rock back, back still straight, I'm not leaning back, turn the foot away from my center line, shift, establish the root, bring the back foot in, and gently touch. Again, circle step, gently touch, shift forward, twist so that I'm facing forward, rock back, turn the foot away from the center line, shift, establish the root, bring the feet together. So what we're going to do now that we have our footwork down, and if you don't have your footwork down yet, then go work on that, make sure you understand it, and then come back to learn what the hands are supposed to do. And now that we have our footwork down, we're going to add the hands to it. And we'll start with our transition coming in. Do the circle step. And then as I shift forward and twist, this motion of the lower dantian moving here, see how it's moving my upper body? I'm not moving without it. This is moving this. And this is moving that. So it starts from the bottom and the motion comes through and affects what the hands do. So after I do that circle step out, as I shift forward, the twisting and the shifting forward of the lower dantian powers this left hand coming out, and the right hand just drops down to the side. There. Now here, be careful that your toe is not outrun by your knee. So you want your knee to stop before it gets to the toe, or at least at the toe. Don't let it go out past, because that's a weaker stance, and it's also not healthy for your knee. So if you can't tell, if you're shifting too far, it's not a bad idea to watch, and as soon as the tip of your toe disappears, stop shifting forward, and that'll put you about where you need to be. Once you're here, you rock back. So the footwork's the same, keeping the structure the same. As you turn, this front hand, the left hand, is palm up at the end of this motion. When you rock back, it's still palm up. As that foot turns away from the center line, it's going to rotate so that the palm goes down. So the thumb goes from facing out, comes over the top, and points in the direction of your center, as opposed to facing away where it started. So when you finish this, the thumb's facing away from your center line. You rock back, and as the hand turns, the thumb travels over the top toward the center line, and while it's doing that, you're twisting, and then this bottom hand just scoops up as you come in. Here. You do your circle step, gently touch. As you shift, the right leg is forward, so the right hand comes out, the left hand presses down. Here. Again, the body motion moves the arm doesn't move by itself. Here. You rock back. The hand is palm up, thumb is facing out to the side. As I turn my foot away from my center line, that thumb is going to rotate over the top and point in the opposite of the direction it started. So from here, rock back, turn, hand rotates, shift forward. This left hand is just going to scoop up as I step in. Again, like you're holding that ball in front of you. And then we have one more. You do the circle step, gently touch with the heel. As you shift, again, the waist, lower dantian, powering the motion. Right hand presses down. Here. So the most common pitfalls that I see in new students who are learning this move is, the first one is that they like to step and move the arm at the same time. Now there's a very good reason why you don't want to step and move the arm at the same time. Actually, there's several reasons, but we'll start with this one. The first is that with any technique, you need a solid foundation and a root to be able to apply the technique. At least in Tai Chi, you don't want to be falling into your motions. You want to be purposefully moving. Now, if I do the step and move the arm at the same time, I'm starting to direct this motion up, forward, and out before I even have a root or somewhere to establish a root in that front leg. So I'm starting this technique with the upper body at the same time I'm stepping with the lower body. It's not giving me time to establish a solid root to be able to apply this technique with my body's motion. I'm having to fall into it. So what you want to make sure that you do is step first. The foot goes first, then the body follows. So what happens is you do your circle step, then as you shift forward and twist, notice that my hands haven't gone anywhere. I do the step and everything stays where it is except for that foot. Then as I shift, I'm able to direct the power from this root up through the waist, up through the body, and establish a root in that front leg as I'm shifting here. So I can put power into that move here using my body's motion to get into it instead of falling into it. So make sure you step first. Give yourself somewhere to root and then move the rest of the body. So from here, you step first. Hands don't move. Shift forward and twist. A second very common pitfall for this particular move is to keep the arm in too close. Now this particular move is used mainly for a throw. And so what you're wanting to do is get your body as close to your opponent as possible, pulling their attacking arm out of the way. You come up under that arm and you twist to tip them back, and you trip them over your leg. So it's this motion. You want that arm full, you want it extended, you want to twist and power the motion from the body. What you don't want to do is this, as you turn. So you don't want the arm in really close, bent, coming here. There are two different reasons that I've seen students do that, where they keep the arm in really close. One is because maybe they're a little bit unsure of the technique, so they're kind of playing it safe by keeping things in close instead of really, being fancy and possibly doing it wrong. That's very understandable. It's a place where we all started, where you're kind of unsure of the technique, so you're feeling it out. And that's fine, but I want you to know ahead of time, this should be an open, extended motion. So the arm's not locked, there's a slight bend in it, but it's not bent hugely, it's just a slight bend. The other reason that I've seen that students keep it in close is they equate it to a chest block, perhaps from karate or another martial art that they've studied, and so they're used to it being here. They want to make it that chest block, so they keep that elbow fist distance away from their side. They keep this about shoulder height because they're thinking I'm blocking. Now, every student that I've ever had that has studied karate before starts with that. And it's not that that's a wrong technique. Chest blocks are a very useful technique, especially if someone's trying to punch you in the chest. You can deflect that and it's all good. And it's not that the technique is wrong or bad in a fighting sense. It's not that there's anything wrong with karate or that I think down on that. I think karate is an excellent art and their chest blocks are very good techniques. The only reason that I bring it up and that I have them change it is because the meaning of this particular move is not a chest block. So if you're thinking of it as a chest block, then you're thinking of the movement wrong and you're going to move your body in an incorrect manner as you do this motion. So it's going to limit the power that you can put into the throw because you're keeping the arm in close and trying to block something with it instead of trying to uproot someone as you turn and knock them off their base. So I have a little experiment for you. If you have maybe a punching bag like we have back here, or if you have some posts like we have over here, try going up to the post or the punching bag, keep the arm in really close, and try moving it with the arm there. Try making it shift to the side. Now you'll probably feel that you have a lot of pressure right here on the bicep, maybe in the side of the arm, as you're pushing the shoulder tenses up and you're trying to make that happen, but you're having to use a lot of arm strength and it's not going to feel very strong with your arm in so close. Now try it again with extending the arm out. Start with your shoulder resting against the punching bag and just twist, or the post, either way, or if you have someone you can work with, try pushing them over with that. But you start with the arm close and you twist with the arm extended, and you'll feel that that allows a lot more force to be placed into that bag than if you have the arm in close. So it might seem like a really nitpicky thing for me to sit here and stress, talking for minutes now, about keeping the arm extended, but it is important to do the technique correctly, that you have it extended out and that you aren't keeping it in close, thinking of it as a chest block. It's a throw, and you need to open up and allow that throw to be powerful instead of keeping it there. Now the last pitfall that I see a lot of times as students are learning this one is as they step out, they turn this hand palm down as they're turning. So at the end, the palm's either facing forward or facing the floor. These are not okay variations for this particular move. As you come out, keep the palm up through the motion. Now, in Chen style, at least the way that I learned it, when you do the parting the horse's main move, there's an end piece where you settle and the palm turns down. That's not expressed in this particular motion of the Yang style, at least not here. Now the reason for that is as the person starts to tip back, you can also turn the hand and settle to push them down. So if they're starting to go back, you have them almost there with this, and then you can drop and twist, turning the palm down, and help them go the rest of the way. That's expressed very clearly in the Chen style, but in Yang style, they finish it here. Now they do the rock back, and here the hand turns. So some people say, well, there, it's expressed, but it's a little bit hidden. You still have that throw in there. It's just they do it after the rock back. Some people say, well, that part there when you're rocking and turning is a deflection for a strike coming in, and it's beginning a new movement, so you can do another parting the horse's mane. Either way you want to look at it is fine with me, but make sure that as you do the form, the hand comes out and stays palm up till you rock back and begin to turn, and that's where the hand turns and come in. So those are the most obvious pitfalls that students run into a lot. Those are the ones that I see the most. There are obviously other ones, but I think that covers the majority of the most common pitfalls anyway. So now let's go through this several times together and really get down how it goes fitting in the form. So I'm going to do it one more time facing you. We just finished our transition. Circle step. Gently touch with the heel. Shift forward. My left leg is forward, so my left hand goes out. I rock back. Turn. The left hand turns palm down as I turn, and it stays on top, and the right hand stays on bottom. Now I circle step with the right foot, gently touch, shift forward, the right hand comes out, left pushes down. Right hand's palm up, left hand's palm down. I rock back. As I turn, the right hand turns palm down. As I twist, this left hand stays on the bottom, the right hand stays on top. Establish the root. Bring the left leg in, the left hand's underneath like you're holding a ball in front. One more time, circle step with the left. As you shift forward and twist, the left hand goes out, the right hand drops. We'll start at the end of the first posture. We're going to go through the transition. So we shift to the right hand comes over the top, the left hand scoops in underneath. Here, finish with the right hand on top, left hand on bottom, rooted in the right leg. Circle step with the left leg. As you shift forward, the left hand sweeps out, right hand pushes down to the side. Rock back, turn, the left hand turns palm down as you turn to the left. Shift, establish your root in the left leg, the right hand scoops up underneath. Circle step with the right leg, gently touch with the heel. As you shift forward, the right hand goes out, palm up. About shoulder height, arms only slightly bent, left hand is palm down next to your side. Rock back, the right toe lifts, turn to the right hand turns palm down, shift forward, establish your root in the right leg, and the left side comes together. Circle step with the left, gently touch with the heel, shift forward, left hand comes out, right hand drops down. So at the end of the last posture, right hand sweeps over the top, left scoops underneath, step in with the left foot. Circle step with the left, gently touch with the heel, shift forward, the left hand sweeps out. Rock back, left hand turns palm down, turn to the left, right side comes together. Circle step with the right, gently touch, shift forward, right hand extends out in front, palm up. Rock back, turn to the right, left hand scoops underneath, right hand stays on top. Circle step with the left foot, gently touch, shift forward, left hand comes out, palm up. Now I'll do it going away from you. So the right hand circles over the top, the left side comes in. Right hand on top, left hand underneath. Circle step, gently touch with the heel, shift forward, left hand goes out, right hand drops. Rock back, turn to the left hand turns palm down. Bring the right side in, right hand's on the bottom, left hand's on top. Circle step with the right foot, gently touch with the heel. As you shift forward, the right hand goes out. Rock back, turn to the right, bring the left hand and the left leg in, left hand's on the bottom, right hand's on the top. Circle step with the left leg, gently touch with the heel, shift forward, left hand out, right hand down. Circle the right hand over top, left side scoops in underneath, rooted in the right leg, circle step with the left, gently touch with the heel as you shift, left hand comes out, right hand drops down. Rock back, turn away from the center line, right leg comes in, right hand scoops underneath, right hand's on the bottom, left hand's on the top. Circle step with the right leg, gently touch with the heel. As you shift forward, the right hand comes out, left hand presses down. Rock back, turn to the right hand turns palm down, bring the left side in, circle step one more time, gently touching with the heel. Left hand comes out, palm up. So when you finish, your left foot should be forward and your left arm should be extended forward so it matches. Starting from the end of the last posture, the right hand circles over the top, comes in as the left side comes in down below. Circle step with the left, shift forward, left hand comes out. Rock back, turn, bring the feet together. Circle step with the right, gently touch. As you shift forward, the right hand comes out. Rock back, turn, feet come together. Circle step with the left, gently touch with the heel, shift forward, left side comes forward, and that's where you stop. Right hand sweeps over the top, left comes in. Circle step with the left foot. As you shift forward, the left hand comes out, palm up. Rock back, turn to the left side, bring the right side in, circle step with the right foot, gently touch. The right hand's on bottom. As you shift, it comes up and sweeps out, palm up. Rock back, turn to the right, left hand scoops up underneath, circle step, gently touch with the left, shift forward, left hand comes out, palm up. So that's all that there is to parting the horse's mane. Be sure to practice it a lot, get it down really well before you try to move on to the next video for the next movement of the 24 form. And if there are any parts of this that weren't completely clear to you, or if you would just like to work on this move a lot without only doing the 3 that are required in the 24 form, check out the stepping sets and line drills videos that I have. There's a whole series with several different Tai Chi postures from the Yang style, and the parting the horse's mane is one of those. So it matches what we're doing here, and it goes into a little bit more detail. So I hope you found this video very useful for your training. Thank you so much for watching. In this video, I want to talk to you about a product that I've been using for a lot of years now, something that I absolutely love. And if you're into taking supplements, you will probably absolutely love this too. It's called Daily Complete, and it's put out by a company called Pure Trim. This is what it looks like. And the reason I love this so much is because, 1, it's a liquid, so I don't have to swallow pills when I take it. 2, it has over 200 nutrients in it. So instead of taking several different supplements, trying to get the same amount of nutrients that I can get out of this bottle, I take 1 ounce of this and I'm done. Now, this is one of the products that I used extensively while I was over in China training, and I think it was invaluable for me for keeping my energy up and making sure I was getting proper nutrition while I was doing strenuous training all day long. Now, the last thing that I really like about it, it's awesome, is it's just simple to take. So if you're like, all right, it's time to take my supplements with my lunch or whatever, you literally just open it up, get a little ounce glass out, pour yourself an ounce, done, swallow it. And that's it, you're done. You've taken your vitamins for the day. Another nice thing is it tastes pretty good. It basically just tastes like oranges and a hint of vitamin flavor to it, if you know what vitamins taste like. So anyway, I hope you try it out sometime if you're into taking supplements. If you're not, I still hope you try it out, and I hope you learn to love it as much as I do. Daily Complete.